viewer, welcome to our Glory Globe TVS breaking news. Cuban forces killed 4 people and injured 6 others who were traveling in a Florida flight speedboat after they opened fire on Cuba's border patrol. The speedboat approached within the 1 nautical mile of the coast of Villa Clara on Wednesday morning, Cuba's Interior Ministry said in a statement. When the border patrol approached to identify the passengers of the speedboat, the occupants opened fire and injured the commander of the military vessels, Bloomberg reported. The 4 dead people were on board the speedboat from Florida, the Cuban government said, adding that the injured persons were being provided medical attention. The ministry said, faced with the current challenges, Cuba reaffirms its commitment in protecting its territorial waters based on the principle that national defense is a fundamental pillar of the Cuban state. The development comes against the backdrop of the rising tensions between the US and Cuba, as President Donald Trump's administration has effectively imposed a naval blockade on the island and reduced its access to fuel. Thomas also talked about the downfall of the 6 decades old regime in Cuba and taking over the communist run Iceland. US Vice President Jerry Vance said the White House was monitoring the killing of the 4 at the hands of the Cuban Coast Guard, adding that he hoped it was not a serious incident. Certainly, a situation that we are monitoring. Hopefully, it is not as bad as we fear it could be, but can't say more because I just don't know more, he told reporters. Vance further stated that Secretary of State Marco Rubio had briefed him earlier, but we don't know a whole lot of detail. Trump appeared to be providing some relief for Cuba recently when the US government signaled that it would allow fuel imports for private businesses on the island. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has also been pressuring other countries to stop the use of Cuban health workers, which generates a much needed hard currency for the island, especially now that its tourism industry has also taken it hit. Since the 1959 revolutions led by Fidel Castro toppled a US-backed dictator, Cuba has been a one-party state. Cuba, with a population of about 10 million, relief on support from the Soviet Union until its collapse in 1991. Until recently, the Caribbean nation has been relying on subsidized Venezuelan oil to meet its energy needs. Vance exclusive report.